Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to our Catalyst Club live webinar, Mastermind Plus Coaching. It is February 1st, 2016. January is officially gone. Welcome to the year of the sphere, and we are 1 month down in the year of the sphere. The year you're going to get more referrals than you ever have before. Today we're going to talk about the message of the moment. What is the message of the moment? What is the message right now that people are, people are resonating with? What they're hearing it and they're responding. The January call was a humongous success for giving massive value first. What's going to happen in February and March is the recipients of the January call. Some of you did one, some of you did 101. The recipients of those calls are going to reciprocate. They're going to want to reciprocate. They're going to ask you how can they help you. Oh my gosh, I got your book today. That was awesome. What can I do for you? As you know, the answer is referrals. And they may have one immediately, but they may not. But what's going to happen is that is going to turn into referrals in February and March. Just a hint, you can continue doing the January call in February and into March. It is really a call that you could make the entire first quarter. It has the most power in January, has the second most power in February, and has the third most power in March. So you can still make those calls. You're not losing anything at this point. So we have a bonus catalyst session February 15th. So in 2 weeks, we have Daniel Ramsey on, a special guest, who will be talking about leverage. He will be talking about how to hire a VA, virtual assistant, for your business. And this is one of the hottest topics in the world right now. It's not just for realtors. It's for any type of business that we all should not be doing the $10 to $20 an hour job. We should be doing the $50,000 to $5,000 an hour stuff, because the more we do that work, the more we're going to make. And you guys are worth more. You're business owners. You should be doing the high dollar work. The problem is sometimes you get caught doing the $10 an hour work, and that's not where we should be. So I made a special date to get Daniel Ramsey on, and he's going to be talking about VAs, and he's going to be answering all your questions about hiring a quality virtual assistant, somebody that you don't have to worry about being in the office, somebody you don't have to worry about their benefits package, somebody you don't have to worry about them and their managing them, right? So I'm very excited about that. And then we have the Catalyst session on the last day of February. So it's kind of cool is today's kind of the last day of January to the tune of February 1st. And then we're also going to get a call on the last day of February. So 3 calls this month, pretty awesome calls, and looking forward to it. The Mastermind Summit 2016, put it in your schedule for June 5th through the 9th. The June 5th is a Sunday. Sunday night we will have a mastermind, and you will want to attend that. Jen Jack's promotional tour, the Year of the Sphere, is in Jacksonville, doing our promotional tour February 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Who do you know in Jacksonville, Florida? Who do you know? Who do we need to talk to in Jacksonville, Florida? Because we are coming to town for 3 days, perhaps even 4 days, and we are speaking at offices, 90-minute sessions at the offices. Normally that's a $10,000 charge, but for your friends and for these offices, there's no cost for us because we're already in town. Sponsors have already taken care of the expense to get me there. And so I'd love to know who we should talk to. In the questions box, put the person that you know that we should talk to in Jacksonville, if you know someone. So we will reach out to them on your behalf and give them the gift, right? So that's January and February announcements, and right to today's agenda. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Facebook post, and I have to tell you, there are some of you that are regularly posting this, and then there are others of you who are not. Well, who do you think are the ones who are getting the referrals? Yes, it is the ones who got nothing the first 2 or 3 times they posted this, and now they are getting tons of referrals, tons of connections, right? So the message of the moment we're going to talk about, we're going to mastermind around a challenge, and then my message to you, and then open question and answer. And by the way, a lot of you are posting who you know in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I really appreciate, or Fort Lauderdale. Chris Ewerman threw me off with our Daytona Beach post, but a lot of you know people in the Jacksonville area, and we appreciate that. Onward and upward. All right, so today we tweak it a little bit. Every time you post this, you might want to tweak it just a little bit to test it for response and engagement. So the Facebook status update of the day, of the week, as a matter of fact, is as follows. My weekly referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals. Now, the update that we give you is last week I gave referrals to, and then list those professionals. I would not necessarily list the people, though you can, right? You can say last week I gave referrals to Jeff Crooks, who is a business broker. He is a great business broker. I gave referral to Aaron Shelton, who is a great mortgage professional. I gave a referral to Scott Warga, who's a great inspector. I gave a referral to Scott Wesley, who's a great financial planner, right? So you could list out the professionals and or their profession. And then you go into how can I help you? Who do you know who I can help? Question mark. I am here to help, dot, dot, dot. And one of the questions you may ask is, what if I didn't refer anyone? Well, then my suggestion is, okay, who are you meeting with? Who are you going to refer? Right? Who are you going to meet with? Who are you going to refer? So I would go that route. So I have an example. Warren Goldberg is one of the top mortgage professionals on Long Island, and he's also a platinum private coaching client. He's a stud, right? So he is, so in his case, he is not only gave referrals last week, but he is having one-on-ones with 5 referral partners in the next 2 weeks. So in his, he could say, my weekly referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals. I can't wait to meet with Scott, who is a top financial planner, and learn more about referring him and his business. How can I help you? Who do you know who I can help? I am here to help, dot, dot, dot. Do you see how this gives proof to the goal? This gives credence to the goal. This gives credibility to the goal. So we're tweaking a little bit. We're adding it. Now, when they like or comment, you're going to tag their name and get into conversation with them, right? So they like it. You notice that they like it. Jeff Crooks likes it. You go and you say, hey, Jeff, I noticed you liked it. Thank you. What can I do for you? And you are going, until you have natural engagement, you may have to force engagement. You may have to, you may have to just get it, invite them into the conversation, right? So how have you guys been doing on that? Nice. Laureen says that she has been challenged in finding referrals to those that answered my post. That's okay. I had 8 people willing to refer me and get a referral, right? Absolutely. Now, how cool is that? That is a great problem to have, right? But please realize that by talking about it publicly on your Facebook page, you are helping their business. You are helping them. I mean, there's going to be occasions where, it may be someone that you don't actually refer to, right? So like your number 4 inspector, right? It just happens to be a case where they're like, oh, I would love referrals. Oh, really? What kind of referrals do you want? People who want to do inspections, things like that. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. You know, so, there are going to be times when you don't have the opportunity to take it to a referral. So others of you, right? I did get a letter from a past client saying they are loyal to me because of the level of service they got, right? That's great. So Eric is like, I post regularly and still don't get referrals. I post who I have referred during the week as they happen. Good. Eric, it's going to happen, right? The more people are seeing you and seeing that you're active and that you're really serious about this, and Eric, this may not be the case for you, but I know this has happened in the case for other people. We've had people join us who have been cold callers and door knockers all their life, right? All their sales life. And the people as their friends, they're it's just not believable yet, right? It's like, oh, you're sure you're not the hardcore closer that you used to be, right? Sure, I'm not going to send you a client and you're going to hardcore close them, right? They don't have the believability that maybe the mindset has been changed yet, right? So, and Eric, in your case, I would also really be tagging other people and building that engagement, right? And really, like when somebody says there's a way to help them, or find a way to help them. Connect them to somebody who can help them if it's not you. Michelle Eichemeyer says, I was able, or Eichemeyer, says, I was able to give referrals to 2 Arbonne consultants to expand their business, and I was given an opportunity to connect with a friend who knows an out-of-town realtor who's looking for an agent in Santa Rosa. Exactly, right? And how much did it cost you to do those 2 helpful gestures? Well, it didn't cost Michelle anything. So realize that a part of this is just notice that this post is just expressing the spirit of being a giver, right? And there's a lot of ways to give that doesn't equate to a mano-a-mano referral or money, right? Most of the time, I don't give money, right? I don't give my business. What I do is I will connect them to someone who can help them. That is the number one thing that I do. Or I will teach them a strategy that will help them. So just know that it's not about, buying from them or spending money or sending them a referral. It's much more about connecting them or teaching them. So, all right, enough on that. I mean, do me a favor, just post it. Just post it every week and go from there, right? Yeah. So Sandra Townsend has a great question. How do you handle meeting, for example, 10 financial planners who are trying to get your business, but you already have a financial planner, so they are just talking to you to sell you to be a referral partner, right? I don't know how to handle this. Sandra, do you really have that problem, right? Do you really have 10 financial planners who want to meet with you to have you refer business to them, right? And then, okay, here's the other thing, is realize that financial planners can be great referral sources for you. Next is, I'm guessing that the financial planner that you have doesn't work with every single different type of person in the city, right? Financial planners have different niches, just like we do, right? The UPS store is a niche, right? The large corporations are probably not going to use the UPS store, right? It's entrepreneurs, small business owners, people you would meet at a chamber meeting, most likely, right? You have become the shipping department, de facto, no, even in facto, shipping department for small businesses. So know that they have a lot of referrals for you. It's all good. What do you do when there's financial planners? I mean, here's the other thing too. How many of you have ever had a situation where you've had a handyman or an inspector or even a mortgage professional who you've been working with, and you've been sending them business, and you send them business, and then somehow they got too busy to return your calls? or they got too busy to say yes to the easy, quick job, right? Or they just want the easy, quick job and they don't want the harder stuff. Have you guys ever seen that? Say yes if you've ever experienced that, where you're a top producer and you are giving them stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm too busy for that. Well, that's where the second financial planner comes in handy, Sandra, is when that number one becomes too busy to be your number one. And it does happen. I can't tell you how many handymen I've been through in my career. I mean, to the point where, we help them build big businesses. And then all of a sudden, it's like they forgot where they came from, and we have to go get another handyman, right? Same thing with an inspector, right? We're given the inspection. All of a sudden, it's like we're too busy doing inspections. And it's like, okay, so you got to get another inspector. So anyway, bottom line is when you are in the referral game and you are winning the referral game, when you are a connector, master connector, what happens is that you have plenty for everybody. Yeah. So good stuff. A lot of you have seen the same problem I have. It's good. All right. So real quickly, do me a favor. We tried to send you a referral, but we couldn't. Now, you do not want to get an email that says that. And unfortunately, we had that issue this weekend, and it was a little bit frustrating. So we don't want that to happen. We don't know your city or your area, so we need you to do us a favor. Actually, you're doing us a favor, and it's kind of like we're kind of doing you a favor too. But do me a favor, go to pleaseupdateyourinfo.com and update your info so we know where the heck to send you referrals, and we can actually get a hold of you on your mobile phone. Okay? There is a lender who will not be disclosed, but the bottom line is we had something and it didn't happen. Now, on the flip side is I want you to know that we had a referral for an agent in the Bahamas, and we placed it. Thank you, Mandy, right? Mandy made that happen on my team. You know why she could make it happen? Why could she make it happen? Because we had updated info for Donna in the Bahamas. So guess what? We made it happen. And guess what else? Is the referral came from Heather Lemieux, who is on right now. Heather Lemieux. What a great name, Lemieux. I love it. And just so you know, that was a Canada to Bahamas referral. That might be the first totally international referral that we've ever done within the Generosity Generation. How cool is that? So, congratulations. Heather, you rock, and congratulations on making that connection. So, please update yourinfo.com. We probably will not ask you again today to do that. No, that's not true. I have it in the action items. All right. So please update yourinfo.com. Is that as easy as it gets? Seriously? Could I have made any easier domain? All right. Onward and upward. All right. Here's the thing. The message of the moment is you're looking for people to help. All right. So I'm going to give you a real estate example. Why am I going to give a real estate example? Because that's my business. All right. But this is easily adapted and adopted into any business in the world. So your focus right now is the first and last sentence. So you've got, I am looking for people to help, and then I am here to help is the last sentence, right? So in a real estate environment, I have to tell you, this just got business for some of our realtor private platinum clients, right? Is this simple message. I am looking, this is great for a Facebook post. This is great for a voicemail. This is great for a drip campaign. This is great for just getting the message out. This is like needs to be at the tip of your tongue, right? And Sandra Townsend, you're on. I want your help, right? I want you to construct your UPS store message of the moment for me, okay? So this is the message. I am looking for people to help. I am looking for listings. I am looking for homes to sell. I am looking for sellers to help. I am here to help. Ladies and gentlemen, that's almost a poem. That's almost poetic, because what you're going to see is it starts with the true what you're really looking for, right? You don't get into business to look for business. You get into business to help people, right? But notice what I'm doing with the three middle sentences. The three middle sentences, I am looking for listings. Well, whose word is the word listing, right? The word is a real estate word, but it kind of shows, okay, competence. I speak the language of my own community, right? So I'm looking for listings, but if you just said I'm looking for people to help, I'm looking for listings, it would not ring true. It would not make sense. It's not speaking to the person that you want to take action on this. So the next thing is, I'm looking for homes to sell. All I'm doing with that sentence is defining the word listings, right? What is a listing? It's a home to sell. Well, and what you're really looking for are not homes to sell. You are really looking for sellers to help, right? That's the type of people. Do you see how I worked from people to sellers? Because that's the type of people that you want to help. And then I am here to help is always your closing statement. Yeah, some of you are saying it's almost like a haiku, and you're right, it is. It's an extremely logical type of poem, which doesn't even make sense, right? It's like left brain plus right brain. All right, so Sandra Townsend, I'm going to put you on the spot here, right? So UPS store, right? So I am looking for people to help. That's how it's going to start, right? And so what would you call someone who came to your store and purchased? What do you call them? Some people would call them clients. Some people call them customers. In real estate, we call them listings, or we call them buyers, or we call whatever, right? Customers. Okay. All right. So I am looking for people to help. I am looking for customers. Now, what would a customer call themselves, right? What are they doing when they're becoming a customer? I'm looking for what? What are they doing when they come to you? What are they? Yeah, yeah. Okay. I am looking for ship or print, right? So which is the bigger dollar margin? Is it shipping or is it printing? Which do you make more on, and which do you have more of? And then yeah, shipping. That's what I thought. Okay. So I am looking for people. I am looking for people to help. I am looking for customers. I am looking for let's see, shipping something. I am looking for boxes to ship. There you go. Boom, that's a home run. All right, I'm looking for boxes to ship. And then I am looking, now it's not sellers to help. Who are your primary clients or customers? Who is the big fish? Who is the whale? Who's the one you really want? It's not going to be a big corporation, right? Who's your best client? And give me like a profession or a type of person. Yeah, Linda Austin hit it on the head. Her clients are definitely looking for convenience. Absolutely. No, what? Yeah, small business owners. Okay, now we're talking, right? So you see where I'm going with this, right? So you can have some fun with this, and you're also in networking a lot. So, all right, I'm looking for people to help. I'm looking for customers. I'm looking for boxes to ship. I am looking for small business owners to help. I am here to help. That is your message. I see a postcard that has that exactly on it, just like that flow, right? I'm looking for people to help. I'm looking for customers. I am looking for boxes to ship. I am looking for small business owners to help or entrepreneurs to help. I am here to help. That's the message, right? That is the message. That's the powerful message that we're going to deliver over and over and over again, right? Johnny was, I am looking for homeowners who need a service provider and help them. Johnny, I wouldn't. I would keep it to these 5 sentences, right? Commercial property owners, right? So Thomas Durfee's talking from an attorney standpoint, right? Yes, this is a twist on an elevator speech or a USP, unique selling proposition. The biggest thing here is it is a twist. The nice thing here is that we can change it all the time, right? But the big thing is notice that it's an evolution from your language or what you do to what you really want, which is what are you looking for, right? You're looking, and what happens is people think in the category of their brain, what happens is they think of box, ship, owner, small business owner, right? Or box, ship, entrepreneur. Or they think of themselves, I have a box to ship. That means I need to go to Sandra. So these 5 sentences need to be used on Facebook, need to be used on LinkedIn, need to be used on a postcard, need to be used in an email. Right now, literally all of you, if you have a drip campaign set up, set it to go out with these 5 sentences on it. Does anybody have any questions on the message of the moment? And trust me, on the real estate side, this is the message of the moment. Right now, people have the seed of thinking about putting their house on the market. Yes, even you in Iowa, where you're going to get 12 to 14 inches of snow tonight. There's a seed. And then what happens next week is the Super Bowl. On Super Bowl Sunday, what happens is the man, a lot of times, in the family, watches the Super Bowl game, has his dips and chip, drinks his beer or pop, and then at the end of the game, there's this really weird feeling over the guy, which means there's no more NFL football, like not even a Pro Bowl to watch, right? It's like, oh, wow. At that point, the mom and the dad, or the husband and the wife, or the boyfriend and the girlfriend are unified in achieving the goal of finding a house. That's what happens right after the Super Bowl. And you think I'm kidding, 1,500 homes that I've sold, and I've had very smart people contact me in October about selling their home, and I don't hear from them again until the week after the Super Bowl. And that has happened time after time after time. This is the time to deliver the message of the moment. So, yeah, Richard Terry, you got it, right? You got it. I'm looking for kitchens to remodel. I love it. That's going to be your 3rd sentence. You got it. So Judy Larmont is on the phone. So I am looking for people to help. I am looking for listings. I am looking for homes to sell. I am looking for sellers to help. I am here to help. And please notice, the only message they may get here is you're here to help. And just know, that's fine. If that's all they got, they got a lot. I am a lender and want to not only get biz for myself, but also want to get, so, okay. Is it Loren, or is it Lauren, or is it Laureen? Tell me how to pronounce your first name. So, Laureen, thank you. So, Richard Terry, I would not be that specific with number 4, just so you know. I would say I am looking for homeowners who hate their kitchen, or I'm looking for homeowners to help. That's what I would say. I would make it a lot more gentle. Yes, yeah, Chris Heuerman, you got it. These 5 sentences on a yellow postcard would be better than all of the jazz marketing that people have thought about, right? Just get the message across, then they're going to throw the postcard away. Okay, Laureen says, do you think the blending both is okay? So here's the thing, right, is if I'm Laureen, I would say that, here's the thing, you're a mortgage professional, so I would not send this out. Your heart's in the right place. You want to get listings for your realtors. I get it. But that's really not what you're looking for, right? So in your case, I am looking for people to help. I am looking for realtors, right? I am looking for realtors to help. I am, okay, wait, let me go to I am looking for loans to configure, or loans to solve, or loans to, I'm looking for, to give money to clients. Yeah, loans to close. I'm looking for loans to close. Boom. Thank you, Chris Yearman. So, and then I am looking for realtors to help. And then I am here to help. Oh, you could even say, I am looking for people to help. I am looking for loans. I am looking for loans to close. I am looking for realtors to help. I am here to help, or clients to help, or borrowers to help. You have so many, it's not even funny, because you could actually make this you could make this about finding customers, or you could make this about finding realtors, or you could make this about finding referral partners, like financial planners. I think I want to grow up and be a mortgage professional. So there you go. So Sandra has, yeah, she's excited. That's awesome. I am looking for people to help. I am looking for customers. I am looking for boxes to ship. Couldn't you just imagine, like, this little funny picture in your head is like Sandra Townsend, like, rooting around the town looking for boxes to ship. And that's exactly what we want that image to come up. I am looking for small business owners to help. I am here to help. I like it. I love it. And Sam Crawford says, who do you know? So, you know what? I say do it. Why not have another line where the next line says, who do you know who I can help? It's okay, right? We just have to be really careful with going to the asking for referrals part. But Sam, I want you to know I'm 100% behind having another line here that says, who do you know who I can help? In fact, I like it so much that I'm going to change my PowerPoint. Right? Sam, I like where you, oops, gosh dang it. Sometimes you just gotta go on the fly, right? All right. So let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna get who do you know who I can help? Boom. I like it. I like it because it leads to a call to action, right? Right? And then your call to action is here. And that's 7 sentences, which I really like. How many of you know I like 7 sentences, right? Or is that 6? Yeah, it's 7. All right, so then the call to action is, please call me now, right? Or please reply to this email. Ooh! Sam, you inspired me to create a marketing piece. This is now officially a good marketing piece. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is worth everything you've ever paid for Catalyst times 10. And I'm not joking. Please write this down right now. I'm going to take a picture of my screen. This on a yellow postcard is money. Money. I'm looking for people to help. I see a cute caricature, so totally, of, like, almost like looking at a Monopoly board with a realtor, and they're looking around for homes to sell, right? Just kind of a funny graphic, but it's not too funny. It's just kind of a caricature. I am looking for people to help. I'm looking for listings. I'm looking for homes to sell. I am looking for sellers to help. I am here to help. Who do you know who I can help? And then please call me now. Ladies and gentlemen, this has all 7 elements to the great marketing piece. So I please jot that down. Take a print screen picture, do something. And I spent more time on this than I wanted to, but you know what? This is worth it. Boom. All right. So the first month is over. Did you know that by the end of January, 60% of all people have given up on their New Year's resolutions? Woohoo! Doesn't that make you excited? Oh, maybe not. So let me ask you this, right? So 60%, that's pretty major league. And I get it, right? It's a 31-day challenge, and um, it starts with optimism and it ends with a Super Bowl party full of alcohol, right? So here's the thing, is so what is your biggest business challenge right now? Oh, great, great. By the way, on um, on the previous slides, yes, you can totally use that on Facebook like right now. If you're getting good engagement and you're getting, please, good stuff. All right. Yes, one of our wonderful team members will get this out for everybody on the Facebook page. Yes. All right. The time on task. So what's your biggest business challenge right now? Let's shift gears a little bit and tell me what is your biggest business challenge right now? All right. So here we go. On the previous thing, somebody asked, would you post that on personal or business Facebook? I would post it on both pages because then it really looks like you're hunting something down. All right, so we have time on task. Linda Austin, I would ask you to explain that. Like, how is that your biggest business challenge? What does that mean? Chris Uhrman, staying motivated, right? Chris Uhrman is to master in the mundane. You guys are like speaking foreign languages to me. Like, what is your biggest business challenge, right? What specifically, right? Andrea Burge says systems and organization. Christopher Cousins says finding leads. Time blocking, Tara Carter says. Not enough inventory, Lee Legoo. Lee, real quickly on that one, I would just say is that inventory in the market or is that personal inventory, right? And look at this, Heather Lemieux has the exact opposite issue. Finding buyers, we have listings, we just need more buyers, right? Finding the perfect candidate to grow our team. Alyssa Moore is looking for staff, looking for help. Honoring, what a great word, my time blocks. And Dennis Hearing, that is the truth, right? You honor your schedule, truly, by truly implementing it. It's my goal to grow my referral partners and do more purchases. Primary lead gen strategy is open houses, right? So um, so Christopher Cousins, I would say, okay, if you're, however you're doing on open houses, you have to do two things. One, you have to increase the traffic, and number two, when you do get traffic, you need to improve your closing percentage, right? You have to improve the number of people you invite into your business. Generating more leads that are ready to go right now, getting my friends to actually refer me, finding people who can afford to buy. We get leads that just can't afford to buy. Not enough listings, all are under contract. Staying focused during the time blocking, and always time. Need to find help so I can move up to the next level of closings. Adding a member to my team, like an assistant, Tim Lamb says. Um, Inventory on the market, have lots of buyers. Finding homes for them is tough, right? So yeah, so Leah, it's about getting sellers, right? So we covered that. Getting more listings, we've sold ours. Yep, I know, good problem. No time for marketing, work-life balance, which is time, Andy Blackwell. You can make dozens of calls and get new leads, but I need a good and easy CRM. Andrea Burge, how many times do you think I've been asked about CRMs? Low inventory of homes for my buyers, keeping focused on, okay. Finding referral partners that don't already have an agent they refer. Andy Blackwell, I have a really hard time that you're going around asking the "Are you the chosen one" script, and they're all telling you that they have an agent. That would be amazingly surprising. I mean, and we're in Kansas City. Kansas City has more agents per capita than almost anywhere in the country. Like, you can literally not throw a rock in Kansas City without hitting a realtor, or at least that's what I told the judge and jury. All right, just kidding, kinda. So here's the thing. yeah, sometimes it's me, right? The 6 inches between my ears. Um, so good. All right. So I want you to know that we need to talk about a couple things. All right. And some of you are laughing at my joke on throwing the rock and hitting a realtor. Um, so let's find out what, Benjamin Franklin did. So what did he ever do? Was Ben Franklin fairly successful, right? And I want you to know that the solution yeah, moderately. Yeah, the solution, by the way, anybody that has a 50-cent piece and a $100 bill with their picture on it probably did something amazing. Since the $100 bill is the highest denomination of money in the United States, there's probably something cool about this guy, right? And what if I told you that we got it, right? We found out like what Ben Franklin did on a daily basis, and here it is. I'm going to give it to you. Here it is. Hopefully you can see that off to the right. But look at this. Is um, his morning question is, what good shall I do this day? He always asks him, okay, what good shall I do this day? Just so, I mean, okay, Wikipedia Ben Franklin before the end of the day today. So rise, wash, and address powerful goodness. Contrive day's business and take the resolution of the day. Prosecute the present study, which means just hammer it, make it happen, right? And then breakfast. So he had a morning ritual that was very powerful. And look at this. He blocked off from 8 to noon work, period. Focused work. And here's the thing. Did Ben Franklin have email? Did Ben Franklin have Facebook? Did Ben Franklin have a mobile phone? No, but he was the ambassador of France and probably was a huge key to us winning the Revolutionary War. And listen, I'm not even going to list all of his accomplishments. You got to check it out. He's basically the first American. I mean, that was his nickname. So read or overlook my accounts. Are you checking your bank accounts every day between 12 and 2? Could you imagine that part of your lunch habit each day was your P&L? Now, some of you that would give you indigestion and maybe make you not want to eat. But, I mean, do you think he had a pulse, a finger on the pulse of his financials? You know, that, by the way, that's an aha to me. That's not something that I do, but it was a huge aha. Could you imagine that if you saw a daily report of your financials Monday through Friday? Tim Lamb, are you listening to me? Right? Then 2 to 5, he works. What a novel concept. And then notice that he has a pre-leave ritual. He puts things in their places. I want you to note, puts things in their place. He puts his files in their places. He has not a cleaned off desk, but a clean and orderly desk. Supper, music, or some other diversion like a play or whatever, or conversation. And then examination or review of the day. And his evening question was, what good have I done today? And then from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., which is 6-7 hours, right, he would sleep 6 to 7 hours a night. And then he would get up and do it again. And what I mean, here's, boom, right? It's all about the Benjamins, friends. But I think if I had a reference for you or something just to give you a message, right, is this will make the biggest difference in your business is to pound the phones. Truly block off the time, get on the phone and call. And here's what I've seen from coaching clients, Platinum Private, and super producers, is that they are doing 10 calls a day, or they tried to do 10 calls a day, and then all of a sudden, like, it didn't work because they were trying to do 10 calls a day, and then they got busy, and then they made like 10 calls all week. Here's my suggestion, is load it up. Load it up. So instead of trying to do 10 calls a day for 5 days, do 40 or 50 calls on Monday or Tuesday. Just do 40 or 50. Just like pound it out in 2 or 3 hours. Just bundle them all together and just get them all done. And I have to tell you, something magical is going to happen at that 20th, 22nd, 32nd, 38th, maybe even 50th call. When you are 100% in the zone, you're in the mindset, you've nailed your scripts, you've nailed the message of the moment, and all of a sudden it's going to come out of you so much more powerfully. And I just want to reemphasize this thought of intensity, right? The eye of the tiger, intensity. Listen, and I know we're all older, right? And somewhere along the way, we forgot like what intensity meant. But I want you to consider like intensity. And I'm not talking an all-nighter where you're working on a website all night. No, I'm talking block off 3 hours where it's not Facebook, it's not checking email, it's like something that's really productive in your business, like having an event, and then like all you do in that 2 or 3 hours is invite people to that event with intensity. Like you're just going to pound the phones. And I have to tell you, the one I want you to really add to your schedule is to pound the phones. Alyssa Moore, who, by the way, her name of her company is Insurance Spectrum, or Spectrum. I want to say it's Spectrum of Solutions, but that's our document. It is Spectrum Insurance Solutions, which is even better than what we call our Spectrum of Solutions. So Spectrum Insurance Solutions, and she made me cry, not intentionally. She didn't kick me, right, really hard. But when she told me that she named her company after what we talk about in the book, Spectrum of Solutions, it's Spectrum Insurance Solutions. And here's the thing, is that you're looking for a staff person. It's like full intensity, right? 2 or 3 hours until you close the loop. You have 4 or 5 of these interviews lined up to find the next partner in your business. I think one of the things that happens is we get laissez-faire, or we get into this dun, 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 like that's the rhythm of our day. And what I'm going to encourage all of you to do is to get a new rhythm one day of the week, not even the day, like for 3 hours or for 90 minutes. Just go at it with 110% intensity. Make the calls, like you don't go to the bathroom, you don't drink any water, you don't drink any coffee. All you're doing is literally phone, you're done with the call, you hang up, you dial the phone. You get done with that call, you hang up, you dial the phone. You hang up, you dial the phone, you just full intensity, and see how you feel after 45 minutes, after 60 minutes, after 90 minutes. Who's with me, right? Who's with me? If you're with me, say, I'm in. I'm in. I am in for one day this week. I'm going to go full bore, 100%, all in, making the calls back to back to back, and I'm going to actually do something with intensity. Some of you work out intensely. Well, maybe we should work intensely, right? We got to do it. We got to do it. It's if you want 2016 to be different than 2015, you've got to do something differently. And you know what I'm seeing the super producers do differently is they're doing things with intensity. That's it. They're just doing it a little more intensely. So I'm just going to encourage you. And listen, we're all professionals. We all act upright and uptight, and we're all so freaking cool, right? It's time to go from cool to like really coolly super productive. You know, maybe it's not cool in your office to do back to 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 back calls, but guess what? The people who are getting these calls are loving it. So I know a gal who's doing 100 calls a day for 4 days a week. She's making 400 calls a week, and she's doing it by the end of Thursday. So I'm not talking about killing yourself. I'm talking about killing it, right? Just kill the task. So who's in, right? Who's in? Mike George, she is one of them that I was talking about, yes. Yeah, yeah. No, here's the thing, right? Some of you are like, I'm in this whole week. No, no, no. Here's the deal. I don't want you to do it all week. I want you to do it one time. Like, I'm not going to, here's the thing. I would encourage Lisa and Jonathan and some of my guys who are doing 100 calls a day. It's like, don't do 400 in one day. Do 400 in one day. I encourage you, do 100 calls in one day. Could you do it? Could you get 100 calls done in a day? You know what we may do February 15th is we might do like the 100 call challenge. And between February 15th and February 29th, you're going to take one day and you're going to make 100 contacts, outgoing call contacts. How many people out of 200 do you think could do 100 calls in one day? Yeah, it's like a lot of you are like, who the heck, right? No, this Mike George, this is people we know, right? Yeah, Eric Soto hit it on the head, and I will tell you that I would agree 100%. I've done this before. 100 calls is easy, especially with slide dial, but 100 connections is tough, and I fully agree, right? Because you're going to get tied into 2 to 5 minute conversations. So, but the bottom line is you get where I'm going from is just like super productive, intense calls and just get in the mindset of boom. And too often we get distracted with Facebook or email or people walking in or whatever. Get really good at guarding your environment and then make it happen. If you would have seen me last Thursday, you would have been like, I didn't come up for air for 3 hours. I literally was on the phone with Jacksonville people for 3 hours straight. And I never went to the restroom. I never drank any water. I never moved except for I had a blessings book, wrote notes, and just made the calls. And some people will call it hustle. Some people will call it whatever you want. But the thing is it's the zone, baby. When's the last time you were in the zone at work? Yeah, yeah, there you go. Tatiana Fester has a great idea. Go grab that box of business cards and just call them and get curious, right? Yeah, Dan Magnano was in the zone this morning, he says. How awesome is that, right? Chris Heuerman says, you know what, it's been a while. And I'm getting it. And you know what I'm getting is I'm definitely getting the feeling that it's been a while for a lot of people. And it's February 1st. It's no longer January. We have big goals as a group. We have big goals. Yeah, yeah. And Alyssa Moore is like, I love the honesty of this call. And you know what? I'm just there, right? I mean, it's like sometimes we need a wake-up call to achieve our goals. We need a coach, right? A coach who's strong enough to tell you. I mean, I could have done Humpty Dumpty on these things, and I don't, right? I care. I want you to be a huge success. And as I am constantly reminded by Sherry, I can't want you to be a bigger success than you want to be. And that's the truth, right? I'm proud to be your coach. I'm proud to be your coach. I want to be there when you get the accolades and the rewards and the recognition and you're in the paper for being the most influential person in your city, right? I want to be there at your huge auction event where you raise $100,000, right? You are the ones to do that. But it takes intensity. It takes wanting it just a little bit more. It's not, listen, it's not a 180-degree turn. It's what you know how to do. It's just a 1-degree tweak of intensity. That's all it is. You know how to make a phone call. It's just make them. And I don't mean just one. I mean like go. Like go. I mean bang. It's like hang up, go. And I know that a lot of people here are my Platinum Private coaching clients, and you get it, right? My day from 6 o'clock this morning until now has literally been on the phone or on webinars, period, the whole day. Why? Because I'm here to help. I need listings. I need homes to sell. I need sellers to help, and I am here to help. So who do you know who I can help? Please call me. Please call me. Please, I have no friends. Please call me. Your action items. Implement, implement, implement with intensity. I to the I, right? Today is I to the I. Implement with intensity. I to the I. Post your Facebook post. Here's right there's one example, right? Some of you haven't posted the Facebook post. What am I supposed to do? Post it for you? Right? Now, I'm also preaching to the choir. A lot of you have, 70 of you have, so it's all good, right? Get the message of the moment out. Start with Facebook. Get it out. And you're like, I just posted this other one. Don't worry about it. Get them both out. This is the week of intensity. If you've been sending one email, send 5. Truly, this is it, right? This is time to chase it. Quit being da-da-da, right? Break the drum. Right? You've been beaten to a certain drum beat. Break the drum. Right? Don't even change the drum beat. Just break it. Smash it. Throw it down. Get a new drum. Let's go. Right? Attack your biggest challenge through blocking off time with intensity for the solution. And that intensity needs to hover around the phone. The phone is your most powerful ally in business. Call to help. Call with intensity. And those are the actions. So, Q&A. Any questions? How many conversations should you have if you are making 100 calls? Well, here's the thing, Jennifer and Carcion, here's the thing is if you have conversations, you're not going to be able to make 100 calls, right? That's the truth. My suggestion is focus on the conversations and less on the 100, but go with intensity, right? Just hang up the phone, go. And Dan Magnano, I just want to give you a high five, brother. 30 contacts this morning. You're already starting to do it. I'm getting a lot of you saying thank you for being our coach. I appreciate you. I get it. You know what? I thank you. Thank you for taking me holding your feet to the fire and being okay with it, right? Too often, maybe, I hold your hand. Today, it's about holding your feet to the fire because in the end, what I want to do is hold your hands up in triumph. And you are the champion. You are the winner, Rocky Balboa, right? And slide dial, you know what, Laureen? If slide dial is the way for you to make it happen, then make it happen, right? What would be a great message of the moment be for a buyer's agent? Melissa, it's going to be the same thing, right? I'm looking for buyers. You know, I'm looking for people who want to buy, that kind of thing. All right, let's see. Any other questions? Question. Tara Carter, I want you to ask me a question. Just any question. I have to say thank you to Tara Carter. She introduced me at the National Sales Convention for Old Republic. And between her, Yvette, and Janelle, I think people thought I was dying. Because, I mean, the heartfelt, amazing introductions were off the charts. And Tara, I need to say thank you publicly. And I literally, I spoke on Thursday night was just a gathering, and then Friday I spoke twice, and then Saturday I got introduced by Janelle, and she was like crying from the intro, and like I literally had to get up there on stage and say, you know, I have an announcement to make. I'm not dying, and everybody started laughing because the moment was so intense. So anyway, Tara says you have answered everything I had questions about. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so what we'll cover on the 15th and the 29th of this month, Andrea Burge actually asked a question and has a comment that I have been thinking about quite often as well, is in 7L and also here in Catalyst, we are encouraged to call and meet with people, lots of people. And I want you to know, Andrea, it is definitely about quality over quantity. And just like I told on the 100 calls, is listen, I would rather you talk to 15 people at a great level than try to make 100 calls. That's the honest to goodness truth. But some people on this call needed to hear, I need to go with intensity. So sometimes that means 40 calls and you only make 10. Is that a failure? No. Your goal when you were doing 10, your goal was 10 calls and you were getting 0 done or 1, right? So, all right. We need good follow-up methods. Otherwise, this is a waste of effort and leads. Need some practical advice on managing this. Andrea, I encourage you to imagine what would be the perfect follow-up system. I don't have time to go over it now, but on the 29th of this month, I'm definitely going to help that. And Tara Carter may help me teach that. She did this at, this is one of the things I did at the Old Republic National Sales Convention, is I showed how to do an ambassador development program. It's a little hard to do on a webinar. It's easier to do in person, but we can definitely talk about the aspects. Leah Lagoo says, you got me thinking about my whales, who they are, and how to find more of them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tara says she'd be happy to. Excellent, and we are right at time. It is 3 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, I so appreciate you. We will get the information up on the Catalyst site. Also, this recording will be available by the end of the day. And I encourage you to be right here in 2 weeks, February 15th, to hear Daniel Ramsey and myself on how to hire a VA, how to get a virtual assistant who rocks and will rock your world. And we look forward to that. And then also mark your calendars for February 29th. We're going to be talking about how to follow up, you know, how to drop an F-bomb here and there. And of course the F-bomb is, the F word is follow up in this case. So you're awesome. I'm not going to drop any more F-bombs, and just go make it happen. You are a catalyst. You are a difference maker. You are the difference. You are the light in the room. You are the one that makes things happen. You are a catalyst. Thank you for being here today, and I will see you online, and I will see you in 2 weeks on the next Catalyst Club call. Thank you.